Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Mohd Nadzmi bin Aziz. My supervisor is Dr. Nurrul Hafeezah Binti Sahak. Today I will present my PSM1. My PS1 title is Prevalence Study on the Awareness of Safety Harness Uses among Workers in a Maintenance Company. Okay, let's move to next background of study. Background of study. Background of study has 4 points. First point is this study will conduct in a maintenance company that involves in the installation and transfer of overhead cable, such as electrical cable and telecommunication cable. Second point is maintenance is one part of civil engineering. They offer design and construction. Third point is to perform this type of work, workers need to climb electrical or telecommunication pole, working at height. They are required to wear full body harness. Fourth point is safety harness is one of the important protective equipment for workers who work at height place, because wearing a safety harness is according with standards set by authorities. Wearing a proper body harness may reduce the rate of injury and death. Okay, let's move to problem statement. Problem statement. As we can see, the problem statement has 5 points. Firstly, among the incidents that occurred at the maintenance site, falling from a height was one of major and serious accidents at the construction site in Malaysia. Secondly, a fall from high altitude will not only result in injuries but also succession cost and loss of working time. Thirdly is the company are requirement by law to comply with OSHA 1998 requirement to know how many of them practice this requirement. Fourthly is it also a concern to know how much employees know about the importance of wearing a full body harness, and whether training is conducted for them and understand how to wear a full body harness and understand accidents that will occur if not wearing a safety harness according to the standard that has been prescribed by the Department of Safety and Health. Lastly, employer must provide employee with appropriate personal protective equipment (PPE) to protect their safety according Personal Safety and Health Act of 1998. Okay, let's move to objective. Okay, objective of the study: to determine the prevalence on uses of safety harness among workers in a maintenance industry, to analyze factor of lacking in safety harness uses among employees, to suggest a control measure in order accurate employer wear body harness is properly manner with performing work. Okay, let's move to the scope. Okay, scope in the study is the study will conduct among general workers in the civil engineering industry in company called Harta Infra Legacy Sdn Bhd HILSB. Okay, this study will focus on using body harness when doing work at height. Okay, let's move to significance of study. Okay, significance of study have 4 points. First point is the research will help general workers increase their safety awareness while working at height. Second point is this research will help general workers to realize the importance of using full body harness accordance with standards set by authorities. Third point is the research will help general workers to understand how to wear the correct full body harness. Okay, for last point is this research will help general workers to understand the accident that will occur if they do not wearing a full body harness according set by authorities. Okay, let's move to literature review. Okay, literature review. Let's move to the past study. This paper will be covered is nearer research for my study. The first paper is effective of personal protective equipment at construction site. Summary of literature review is the following the study determine whether or not construction workers are aware of the importance of wearing personal protective equipment. Second is use self-protection device at the construction site to verify effectiveness. Last point is to determine the extent to which self-protected equipment is used on building site. According to the study, the lack of PPE used on construction site attribute to lack of training in the personal protective equipment, and workers do not know how to wear and apply PPE properly. Furthermore, is influenced by attitude of employee. Okay, for the second paper is accident preventive practice for high risk construction. Okay, summary used for a lack of uses of the safety harness among scaffolding is they are used the lower level of study safety standard and low level education, especially for migrant workers. Okay, for the third paper is alternative analysis of why Chinese scaffolding do not use safety harness in construction site. Summary: the following the study determine whether or construction workers are aware to importance of wearing personal protective equipment. Second is to determine to extent with the self-protection equipment to its building site. According to the study, the lack of paper used on construction site contribute to lack of training in personal protective equipment, and workers not know how to wear and apply PPE properly. Furthermore, is influenced by attitude of employee. Methodology. Okay, let's move to flowchart of study process. Okay, this is flowchart of this study. Firstly, start. Secondly, identify the title, objective, problem statement, and scope of this study. Thirdly is literature review. Fourthly is methodology. Fifthly is attested result. Sixthly is conclusion. Seventhly is submit to panel. And lastly is finish. Research design. Research design. This study used quantitative research to explain the relationship between the variables to be studied. The relationship this variable is meant to be influences of one variable on other variable. Since this study used quantitative method, the variable involve a measure using document review, literature review, and numerical data, or data that can be convert statistics that can be used analyze data and past study used in implement in this project. Okay, questionnaire. Questionnaire have four parts. Okay, for part one is background of study. Part two is cause of lacking uses of safety harness. Part three is cause of lack of uses of safety harness according to specific belief. Part four is factors that might interface with the uses of safety harness. Quantitative research. This study was conducted using quantitative method. Quantitative research is used to measure problem by producing numerical data that can be converted to statistics. This research is performed using structured technique. This quantitative research is research measure attitude, opinion, behavior, and order definition variable, and is stable for the large sample population. This study was conducted using quantitative method. Quantitative research is using to measure problem by producing numerical data that can be converted to an usable statistic. This research is performed using statistic technique. This quantitative research is used to measure attitude, opinion, behavior, and order definitive variable, and is stable for large sample population. Okay, for data analysis, this statistic package for the social science SPSS application will be used to analyze the data is the this study to version that will be used is version 27 or 28. The research used both descriptive and inference analysis, frequency, percentage, means, and standard deviation variable can be distributed using descriptive techniques. Expected result. The expected outcome is that employee will be aware of the importance of wearing a safety body harness while they work at height. Some workers do not care much about wearing a full body harness and are not aware to dangers they will face when working at height by wearing a safe body harness that's not following the standard. Conclusion. There are many possible causes of lacking of safety harness among workers in Penang. Firstly is difficult and discomfort of using safety harness while working at height. The design of safety harness should be considered for improvement. Okay, lastly, less awareness among employees and underestimate the risk of not wearing a safety harness. Suggestion, raise awareness and improve employee behavior. Yes, thank you.